Bill.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that further reading of House President. I bring this before us as a concerned father and grandfather. As the title of this resolution says, this is to proclaim pornography a public health hazard. I felt like I needed to do some research on the bad effects of pornography, and I found out you have to be very careful how you word your search. I had no idea it was so readily accessible to people. I don't think we can close our eyes to this problem any longer. Most of us have a friend or a family member who's been affected by this. I have pages of references here from different articles and studies and so forth showing the adverse effects of pornography, how addictive it is, how interpersonal relationships are affected, how marriages are destroyed, and how lives are ruined. Let me just share a few troubling statistics with you. In 2016, people watched 4.6 billion hours of pornography. That's on one website. At age 11, the average child has already been exposed to explicit pornography through the internet. 61% of lost my phone. Oh well, I was going to hold up my phone. 61% of pornography is watched on the mobile phone. It's just a couple of clicks away. Now, 30 years ago, if you wanted to search out pornography, you had to get it from an adult, or you had to try to pose as an adult in a store. Quite frankly, I was always too shy. It protected me. I couldn't imagine the humiliation that would go along with that, to go into a store or to get that from an adult. And then, even then, what was there would be considered soft porn by today's standards. Mr. President, on the 12th of March 2018, there was a conference held in Salt Lake City called the Utah Coalition Against Pornography. One of the speakers there was a lady by the name of Joy D. Jones. With your permission, I'd like to just read a couple of short quotes from her.
Having identified the source, the Senator may read.
Thank you. She says, "I am concerned that many parents may not realize how dangerous pornography really is, or may think it's only a problem for the boy next door. The reality is the problem is affecting everyone." Says, "I have seen pornography, an epidemic of epic proportions, cause shame, distorted feelings, deceit, loss of self-control, overwhelming addiction, and total consumption of time, thought, and energy," end quote. I had a visit, as I often do, with the superintendent about things going on in the school, and I asked him what his biggest concern was, and I thought, of course, it would be funding for education, that it would be the facilities problems that he has, that it might be something to do with curriculum or the number of hours they spend in testing or something like that. I was really surprised with his answer when he said sexting. And then he gave me, he didn't show me, he just explained some examples of some of the things that they have seen, that have been discovered. Dozens and dozens of them, from dozens and dozens of different students. I want you to know, of course, like all resolutions, this has no legal or binding effect. It is simply to provide us with a reminder that all citizens, families, businesses, and schools, to remind them that there's a need to be sensitive to this as a problem, certainly not only for our youth, but certainly particularly for our youth. I think that the well-being of our friends, our families, and our society are at stake here. Mr. President, debate is open.
Further debate. Hearing no further debate, Senator Hill is recognized to close debate.
Debate is closed.
Debate being closed, the question is, shall House concurrent resolution number 50 pass Senate? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. House concurrent resolution, are there changes to the title? Hearing none, House concurrent resolution 50 will be returned to the House. Senate now is for final consideration. House concurrent resolution number 44. The Secretary will read the resolution.
In the House